So hari ini kita akan cover special classes of income. Special classes of income section 4, capital letter A. Okay, so I hope everyone have gone through the public ruling number 10, 2019 regarding this matter. Okay, special classes of income. Okay, so for special classes of income, it will include any payment made to non-resident regarding, okay, kita ada tiga regarding first, regarding services, okay, provided or rendered by the person or his employee in connection with the use of property, okay, in connection with the use of property or rights belonging to non-resident, okay, or the installation or of any plant and machinery or other apparatus purchased from that non-resident. Okay, maknanya yang ni regarding the services after sales lah. Okay, after sales service by the non-resident company, when you make payment for when you buy the machinery, for example, the plant and machinery, together with the services relating to the installation, okay, installation of that machinery. So the payment for services tu, yang payment of a machine tu tak ada issue, okay. The payment for the services will be fall under this section and subject to withholding tax. Okay, second, payment made to non-resident relating to any advice. Okay, any advice given or assistance or services in connection with technical management or administration of any scientific, industrial or commercial undertaking, project or scheme. Okay, ini service juga ni yang kedua ni. Okay, and the third one is rental. Okay, amounts payment made for rental or hiring made under any agreement or arrangement for the use of any movable property. Okay, ini maknanya you sewa lah. Okay, you bayar sewa guna movable property. So that rental paid to non-resident will also subject to withholding tax. Okay, so basic for this for section 4 number 1, section 4A1, okay, covers the payment for services of the use of property or rights belonging to non-resident, the installation or operation of any plant and machinery. Okay, then second one is scope of services for section 4A2. Okay, all consultancy services, management services, marketing services, legal advisor services, and other advice provided in relation to every commercial activity. So, okay, back to section 4A1. Okay, this is the example taken from the public ruling, okay, for service provided. Okay, A. Sdn Bhd bought a power plant from B Limited, okay, company resident in India in March 2019. Okay, under the term of the purchase of power plant ni lah. Okay, include installation of the plant by B Limited. For this purpose, the company sent two engineers, okay, to Malaysia to supervise the installation and operate. The commissioning, ataupun the starting point lah, okay, of the operation of the plant. Okay, from April to May 2019. Okay, the fees paid to be limited for these services. Services here refer to this inilah supervisory and installation assistance. Okay, assistance was 100,000. Okay, so the fees 100,000. Rendered by the employees of B Limited in connection with the installation of plant purchased from B Limited, deemed derived from Malaysia, of course. And since the payment lies, responsibility of payment lies with the resident Malaysia. And so the payment is subject to tax under paragraph 4A1. So the gross amount paid to B Limited is subject to 10% withholding tax under section 109B. So ini untuk 4A, 4A1. Okay, 4AB, Chem Limited, a company resident in India, sold 3 stainless steel boiler to Double Steel Sdn Bhd, a steel manufacturer in Malaysia, for 1 million. It was agreed that an additional 100,000 was payable for the installation services and commissioning of the boilers in Malaysia and the Malaysian company branch in US. Okay, so maknanya kita beli untuk dua lah, satu company dekat Malaysia dan juga untuk branch kita di US. Okay, for the installation cost in Malaysia, we pay for 100,000, whereas for the installation in the installation services in USA, we paid, the amount was paid 120,000. Okay, with regards to this situation, the payment for the installation services in Malaysia subject to withholding tax. Okay, withholding tax under section 4A1. So the gross amount of 100,000 will be subjected to 10% withholding tax. Okay. For second payment, 120,000 paid for services rendered by the seller with the installation in US. It's also deemed derived from Malaysia and chargeable to tax under paragraph section 4A1. Okay, however, effective September 2017, any payment for the installation and commissioning services rendered or performed outside Malaysia is exempted from income tax. Okay, untuk so payment yang 120,000 ni now is exempted from tax, tak perlu withhold lah. Okay, sebab dia berlaku walaupun ada the concept of income deemed derived from Malaysia is available, okay, because the payment made from the Malaysia company. However, with this amendment in 2017, for those services who are performed outside Malaysia is not subject to withholding tax anymore. Okay, and then for section 4A2, okay, we refer to example 14 of your textbook. Okay, through manufacturing Sdn Bhd, okay, manufacture, fabrication, building materials, Selangor. The company engaged Ninja Hashimoto from Japan to inspect a machine purchased from Kyoto prior to the shipment of the machine to Malaysia. Okay, now company Malaysia buy machine from Kyoto, Japan, and before the machine ataupun before the machine is shipped, okay, it's being shipped to Malaysia. The company hire Ninja Hashimoto in Japan to inspect the machine before the shipment. So the cost, here it is not mentioned about the cost. Okay, here in this situation, we need to know that Malaysian company made payment to Ninja Hashimoto, non-resident, for the service that has been provided outside Malaysia. Okay, so basicnya, this situation fills section 4A2. Okay, 4A2. However, starting as an example before lah, okay, since the services is provided outside Malaysia and effective, after year of after the amended period 2017, which is 2022, so the amount is not subject to withholding tax. Okay. Yang ni untuk section 4A2. Okay, section 4A3, this is relating to leasing, okay, lease rental, okay, for movable properties. Okay, include rental or payment made for the use of oil rigs, boat, ship, cars, aircraft or other equipment in or outside Malaysia. Okay, ini semua movable property. Okay, equipment pun yang ada yang movable property, yang disewa. So mode of renting could be ada tiga, could be slot hire or charter. Okay, in this mode, we hire or charter exclusive a particular slot or space. Okay, we hire a particular slot or space in a ship or aircraft. Okay, dalam kapal ataupun kapal terbang lah. To the exclusion of others. Maknanya kita sewa ruang. Okay, not the whole ship, not the whole aircraft. Okay, kita sewa ruang untuk barang kita lah. Okay. Second, leasing of ship. Yang ni is exclusive use of ship or aircraft which is chartered, whether bareboat or with crew. Okay, dry lease or wet lease. Wet lease tu dengan crew. Okay, dry lease tak kita sewa boat je ataupun sewa ship or aircraft tu. Yang ni kita sewa sebiji. Okay, leasing. Okay, and then ada juga another method is time charter, where we chartered a ship or aircraft for a specific time. So chartered, for instance, kita booking lah. Okay, chartered, it is for our usage for 3 years. So withholding tax at the rate of 10% must be deducted from the payment of the charter fees. Okay, paid to the use of the ship or aircraft. Okay, and then the last one, the last method is voyage charter. So it is in respect of the particular voyage flight that is a predetermined route. Okay, kita charter laluan. Okay, if a ship or aircraft is chartered in respect of particular flight, the charter fee received is subject to withholding tax. Okay, yang ni you charter laluan. Okay, trip, contoh flight trip ke mana, London. Okay, you charter trip, you charter route tu, okay, laluan tu. Okay, tapi ke London je. Nanti daripada London ke KL semula tak ada dah. Kita tak charter kapal terbang. Kita charter laluan tu saja. Okay, you may refer to example 15. GD property. Company resident in Australia has a contract with Langkawi Berhad to set up manufacturing plant in Kedah. The following amount paid or payable to GD property. Okay, February 2022, lease rental paid for plant and machinery, 200,000. In May payment made for training regarding the operations and the maintenance of the plant and machinery. So this GD property has no place of business in Malaysia. Okay, so dia supply sajalah daripada Australia together with the services tadi training. So with regards to the above payment, so yang mana yang kita nak yang subject to withholding tax? Okay, so kita kena aware lah. Okay, this is kita hire pula. Okay, kita lease movable property. Okay, section 4A3. Okay, and then the training, the services paid under section 4A2. Okay, so dua-dua ni both applied with withholding tax. Okay, ni sama je macam sebelum ni, derivation of income. Okay, 10% deduction. Okay, for example 19. Okay, Angel Conception Berhad, Resident Company Malaysia, manufacture precision tools for export. In 2022, entered into agreement with the company resident in US for the transfer of technical assistance and supply cum installation of equipment. So the company Angel incurred the following expenses. First, technical advice fee 60,000. Supplies of equipment by the US company for 700,000. Paid for services in connection with the installation of the above equipment 75,000. Okay, among these three, okay, transaction ataupun expenses ataupun payment made, okay, only two are relating to withholding tax. Okay, the first one, technical advice fees and services in connection with the installation. Okay, for the first one, technical advice fee 10% of the 60,000 would be 60,000 would become 6,000. For services connection 10% over 75,000, 7,500. Okay, so the amount the US company will receive the net amount, okay, of the withholding tax. So for technical advice fee, the withholding tax must be submitted to the IRB not later than July 1st, 2022. And then for the services in connection with installation, not later than 14 January 2023. Okay, 30 days from the transaction, I mean the payment made or credited. Okay, yang kedua tu tak ada lah sebab itu adalah kita beli aset. Okay. Okay, exemption yang ni yang saya mention tadi ya. Services rendered in relation to section 4A, 1 and 2 which are performed outside Malaysia shall be exempted from withholding tax. Okay, starting 2017. Okay, for non-compliance, similar to what we have done for interest, royalty, okay, if you fail to submit the payment, the withholding tax, so 10% penalty on the unpaid withholding tax will be imposed. Okay, refer to example 20. Dia sama je lah, statement dia. Okay, penalty will be 10%. Okay, for incorrect return due to you submit tax return form before you settle the withholding tax payment, so you may subject to a penalty for incorrect return. That is penalty of 100% of the tax under charge. Sama jugalah untuk ni ya. Okay, cuma untuk example 22 ni, dia ada requirement dia lah. Okay, Megan Samberhard operate internationally renowned fast food chain. The company entered into technical service agreement with Yami Limited, non-resident company. Under the term of this agreement, the MSB is required to pay technical fee for 100,000 for technical services provided in Malaysia on the various plant and machinery purchased from them. For the year ended September 2022, the technical fee 300,000 was paid. On October 2022, due to change in personnel, the payment of the withholding tax on technical fee due to be remitted to IRB was inadvertently omitted. Okay, ada perubahan staf, jadi ada kesilapan, terpadam. Okay, technical fee due tu tak submit lah. Okay, so MSB submitted tax return form for year of assessment 2022 on 30th April 2023. Okay, maknanya masa tu you dah ada withholding tax in arrears lah. And claim deduction, okay, sebab kita punya tu 20/11/10 kan. So withholding tax should be settled dalam tahun 2022, tapi not yet settled. Dan kita dah submit tax return form, tapi tak settle tu sebab apa? Sebab berlaku tadilah, okay, remitted, omitted, okay, tertinggal apa nama tu, terpadam dan sebagainya lah. Okay, so segi rekod. Okay. So dia submit je dia punya YA tanpa sedar lah, tanpa sedar there has been the withholding tax that has not been settled yet. Okay, so the chargeable income for that year is 2 million. So income tax payable at 24% is 480,000. Okay. State the date withholding tax of technical fee should have been remitted to the IRB. So tengoklah technical fee for the year ended, technical fee paid 20th October. So maknanya by 19 November. Okay, 19 November 2022 tu itu dia punya due date lah untuk submit withholding tax. So the consequences of its non-compliance, the company is subject to penalty of late payment 10%. Compute the amount of withholding tax due and penalty for its late payment and compute the income tax underpaid. Okay, so ada dua lah. Satu late payment, satu lagi incorrect tax return, tax return form. Okay, assuming the penalty rate for incorrect return submission is 45%. Okay, so in this case, di dalam situasi ini dia bukan 100% sebab mungkin ini kes telah diputuskan di mahkamah. Okay, biasalah company kadang tu kalau ni orang kata bukan secara intentionally, okay, bukan secara sengaja, so mungkin mahkamah orang kata dia boleh justify lah, give the proper reason and so on the evidence, so mahkamah puas hati, inilah penalty yang mahkamah tentukan. So by right sepatutnya dia kena penalty 100% of tax under charge. Okay, so with regards to the penalty, okay, gross account claim deduction 300, withholding tax 30,000, late payment 10% 3,000, total 33,000 for late payment for withholding tax. Okay, and then for incorrect return, okay, income tax under charge for at 24% of the 300, okay, 34% of 300. Sebab kita dah claim tapi kita tak bayar lagi kan withholding tax. Okay, kita dah claim the expenses kita 300,000. So income kita reduce sebanyak 300,000. Sedangkan kita tak boleh claim. So income tax under charge adalah 24% over 300,000, 72,000. And penalty for incorrect return supposed to be 100%. Tapi dalam kes ni mungkin dah so the unpaid withholding tax and penalty is debt due to the government and can be recovered by way of a civil suit. Okay, maknanya dah melalui proses sama menyaman dan proses perbicaraan di mahkamah dan ini penaltinya 45%. okay, for the incorrect return. Okay, with regards to this matter, once you have not you fail to pay to submit the withholding tax to the IRB in relation to the services rendered for the installation of plant and machinery, so the cost will be excluded from the QPE. Okay, the cost of apa nama tu, services tu lah. Okay, fee yang kita bayar tu, contoh yang 100,000 kita bayar tu, kita tak boleh include dia sebagai QPE sebab you tak settle withholding tax. Dia sepatutnya cost tu bolehlah including lah dalam QPE sebab part and parcel of the acquisition of the plant and machinery. Tapi disebabkan you fail to submit the withholding tax to the IRB, you cannot claim QPE, and then the capital allowance will also not be allowable for that machine. Tak boleh claim juga capital allowance. Itu sampai tahap tu lah, maknanya kalau you tak settle withholding tax untuk section 4A1 and 2. Okay, next other income under section 4F. This one is regarding the payment for non-resident receive special income, other income such as commission, okay, which is subject to 10% withholding tax on the gross amount. Okay, derivation dia sama. Okay, non-complier pun sama, 10% penalty on the unpaid. Exemption. Okay, for non-resident receiving section 4F income from an offshore company registered or incorporated under Labuan Offshore Business Activity Tax Act, it will be exempted from withholding tax of 10%. So ni company yang register dekat under Labuan, LOFSA, Labuan, Lobata. Okay, Labuan Offshore Business Activity Tax Act. Yang ni dekat Labuan. Kalau you incorporated or registered under this act, Lobata Act, then you will be tax exempted starting 2010. Okay, section ada income ni sikit je. Okay, next we're going to look on the contract payment. Okay, what is contract payment? Okay, those payments associated with construction project. Okay, construction ni lain sikit. This category ni lain. Contract payment dengan other withholding tax yang lain lah. Okay, contract payment associated with construction project which are carried out in Malaysia. Okay. Carried out in Malaysia. Okay. When we talk about construction, okay, this is not the small one lah. Okay, the project that involve with a large amount of investment, and normally it may involve or incur with the construction company, foreign construction company. Okay, ini contoh macam bangunan apa yang kat KL tu yang baru tu, okay, bangunan-bangunan tinggi tu, memang construction that kind of construction project tu dia carried out by company luar lah. Okay, yang ada investment money yang besar, and then also the expertise. Okay, so with this scenario, many non-resident contractors and increasing number of foreign employees coming to Malaysia for this development project. So that's why for contract payment kita akan tengok ada dua kadar, two stages of withholding tax rate. Okay. The contractor here, the non-resident contractor, in this situation will be taxed, will be subject to withholding tax. Okay, where the non-resident establish a permanent establishment. Okay, yang ni yang berbeza. Okay, for contract payment, for construction ni, company tu dia akan ada pejabat dia ataupun dia ada premise dia di Malaysia. Okay, kalau yang lain semuanya tak ada premise. Okay, payment tu kita buat kepada those non-resident yang ada di luar negara. Tapi yang ni, company tu memang luar negara. Tapi dia kena ada terpaksa, sebab construction project ni, mega construction project, it occurs not within a short period. Okay, dia mungkin pergi 3, 5, 10 tahun pun ada. Okay, 5 tahun punya tempoh project dan sebagainya. So, the company may have their office here. Itu dia maksudkan dia ada establish, permanent establishment in Malaysia, or the non-resident has a business present in Malaysia. Okay, ini non-treaty country. Okay, non-treaty tu ada yang ada double taxation agreement. Non-treaty tu country yang tak ada double taxation agreement. So contract payment is chargeable to tax under Section 4A of the Act. Section 4A apa? Business income to contract payment. Tapi dalam contract payment tu, okay, bila you involve dalam construction, you datang, you nak buat bangunan. So you akan incur cost on the materials, okay, on the material to be used in the construction. Maknanya cost you beli semua-semua lah, kelengkapan untuk buat bangunan. Satu lagi, you incur cost on service part. Itu yang kita yang service tu nak tengok ni. Yang dibeli bahan-bahan material for the construction tu tak ada isu. Okay. Yang tu dia jalankan bisnes macam biasa lah maknanya. Okay, for the portion of service tadi tu, yang tu yang kita involve with payment to non-resident for services. Okay, section 4(1) or section 4A1 or 4A2. Okay, jadi dalam contract payment ni ada elemen macam tu juga. Okay, ini that's why contract payment ni dia under section 107A, dia special section. Yang lain 109. Okay, so the non-resident contractor will be subject to first 10% withholding tax on the service portion of the payment made to non-resident contractor. Second, 3% of the Malaysian service portion of the contract payment in respect of the tax of employees of the non-resident contractor. Okay, satu ini biasalah 10% ni, payment made to non-resident contractor. Yang kedua 3% adalah untuk employee dia yang non-resident. Okay, employee dia non-resident, yang tadilah foreign employee semua tu. So company kena withhold juga 3% from their salaries. Maknanya bila bayar salary pekerja tu, kena hold 3% untuk tujuan ni lah, withholding tax. Okay. Clear yang ni untuk contractor company tu, yang ni untuk payment. Okay, sorry, yang ni payment 10% Malaysian service portion of the contract payment made to the non-resident contractor. Yang ni 3% untuk staff ataupun employee dia lah. Okay, ini the definition of the term. Okay, yang ni you boleh tengok lah. Okay, how do we set off the tax, withholding tax that has been withheld and submit to the IRB with the income tax of the company, non-resident contractor, and also income tax of the employees. Okay, since for contract payment, the withholding tax paid is not a final tax. Okay, it is different from what we have for royalty, interest, and so on sebelum ni. Okay, sebelum ni withholding tax tu memang dah final. Tapi untuk kes contract payment ni, withholding tax is not final tax. Okay, because company yang contractor tu, company tu bila dia buat kerja tu dia akan involve payment kepada sub-sub kontraktor yang lain. Okay, sub-sub kontraktor tu mungkin kita masuklah kontraktor dari luar juga. Okay, ataupun company di Malaysia bayar pada kontraktor luar yang datang untuk construction proses projek tu lah. Okay, so company bila dia datang another office, company tu wujudlah di Malaysia. Okay, so dia subject tu sebab lama kan, tempoh tak adalah bukan sehari dua. Okay, tempoh 5 tahun, 10 tahun, tengoklah pada projek dia. So company tu memang ada income liable for the income tax lah. Memang akan bayarlah corporate tax. Okay. So cuma nanti dia akan offset. Okay, offset with the amount that withhold. Withhold. Okay. So a tax computation of the non-resident contractor would need to be prepared and ascertain the final tax liability. So company tu macam biasalah tengok year end dia selalunya okay, bila. So determine the chargeable income and then kira cukai. Okay. Based on the corporate tax 74% nowadays, on the profit attributable to the permanent establishment of business present in Malaysia. So kita compare lah dengan withholding tax yang kita dah hold untuk payment kepada non-resident. So if the final tax liability is higher than withholding tax already paid, then the shortfall is an advantage to the non-resident contractor. Okay, so apa nama tu, final tax liability dia di kira cukai dia tinggi daripada withholding tax yang 10% tu. Okay. Example 23. Okay, the assuming service portion of the contract by A Limited, non-resident contractor, is 1.2 million. And the chargeable income for that year assessment is 500,000. Okay, chargeable income company tu dekat Malaysia for that construction lah is 500,000. So income tax payable would be at 24%. 24% of 500,000, 120,000 tax. Lepas tu tengok compare dengan 10% withholding tax. Okay, mana 10% withholding tax? Okay, 10% of 1.2 million. Kita dah buat dah yang ni dan kita dah settle dekat IRB. So bila kita compare, oh kebetulan sama. So tak ada issue lah. Net income tax payable. So tak ada issue. Tak perlu apa-apa cukai dah lah. Settle dah. Maknanya dengan sendiri cukai tu dah dibayar. Okay. So selamatlah company tak perlu include lagi extra tax. Okay. Penalty for non-compliance sama juga. Okay, penalty 10% on the unpaid withholding tax. Could refer to example 24 ni sama juga lah macam tadi. Cuma bezanya sikit kalau tengok kat sini withholding tax lah untuk contract payment 13 jadi in total 13%. Withholding tax to tax authorities would be penalty for the late payment. Ini macam biasa lah. Okay, and remember if you not settle the penalty, you cannot deduct. You cannot deduct once the withholding and the penalty has been paid. You cannot deduct the contract payment as your expenses yet. Okay, if you are not settled with the withholding tax. Okay, penalty for incorrect return sama juga. Penalty 100% of tax under charge. Okay, you could refer to example 25. Example 25. Okay, ini boleh tengok sendiri nanti ya. How to distinguish. Okay, ada banyak soalan ni untuk contoh 25 ni. So you could refer later on ya. For this example. Okay, circumstances of a waiver from compliance. So if you have this kind of situation, your withholding tax will be waived. Okay, maknanya dikecualikan lah, ataupun dibatalkan. Okay, if your project is incur substantial losses, dah hilang loss kan, nak bayar cukai macam mana? Okay, so you are not subject to 10% will be withholding tax 10% ni will be waived. Unutilized capital allowance to be set off the profit. Okay, maknanya you punya capital allowance brought forward tu banyak lagi. Okay, to be set off the profit, so there is no point to have a 10% withholding tax. And if the TA Malaysia and the treaty countries available, it could also waive the 10% withholding tax. Depends kepada DTA lah. Okay, the TA among countries. Okay, for 3% withholding tax, they are non-resident employees. Okay. And the income tax of non-resident employees are paid with scheduler tax deduction from the salaries of the said employees. Okay, kalau apa nama ni, company dah buat scheduler tax deduction, so no more lah. Okay, no more deduction for 3% withholding tax. Okay, kita dah buat potongan cukai berjadual. Okay, this is how we calculate the set off under contract payment. Okay, let's say this is your gross income from the construction business minus more allowable expenses. Okay, dapat adjusted income, lepas tu capital allowance, statutory income, deduct for any approved donation. Then you get the chargeable income, and the income tax rate at 24%, you will get income tax liability. Okay, from here kita deduct lah 10% from contract payment, 10% withholding tax. Okay, from contract payment, so you will get net income tax payable. So terpulang lah pada kes macam mana kalau you punya income tax you lebih besar daripada withholding tax, company kena bayarlah selebihnya. Maknanya yang non-resident yang kita withhold tax dia tu, dia lepas dah bahagian dia. Dia tak payah bayar dah. Company ni lah yang akan offset the amount-nya. Kita tambah lah, terpulang lah. Okay. For tax planning, splitting of contract, okay, ni pun biasa juga berlaku lah. If there is a contract, in order to minimize the tax liability. When we talk about tax planning, actually we plan for reducing the tax liability. Okay, so if there is a contract comprises an offshore element that is design and drawing works in relation to the project is done outside Malaysia, as we all know, services provided outside Malaysia tak kena tadi kan. So it is better lah, the payment must be distinguished between offshore and onshore. Okay, onshore tu maknanya dalam Malaysia. So kalau outside Malaysia kita asingkan. Okay, in order to, sebab kita tahu bila yang payment for those services outside Malaysia will be tax exempted. Okay, while the installation or supervisory activities are to be carried out in Malaysia. So ini planning syarikat masing-masing lah. Okay, kalau dah perform luar Malaysia tu macam mana kita asingkan lah, okay, to reduce atau to minimize your tax liability. Okay, yang ni example 26. Okay, ada dua situation atau ada dua payment kat sini. Okay, government enters a contract into with a MU contractors, non-resident contractor, to build a road in Malaysia. Total contract price 50 million, 12 million in respect of plant and machinery and materials, 3 million relates to service part of the contract. So the 3 million portion tu yang kena withholding tax. So 12 million not subject to withholding tax, ni material. Okay, 3 million would be subject to withholding tax, the section 107A contract payment. The rate would be 10 plus 3. Okay, so the withholding tax that need to be deducted would be 13% over 3 million. Okay, Okay, and then other than contract payment, kita tengok satu lagi, private retirement scheme, PRS. Okay, for PRS ni apa? Konsep dia sama macam EPF. Cuma yang ni as part of the alternative of savings. EPF tu compulsory. Okay, yang ni PRS ni option lah, siapa-siapa nak beli kan. And normally it has been offered by insurance company. Okay, encourage saving among nation after retirement. Okay, it is additional savings for individual. For individual, is allowed to withdraw from the PRS once you reach at the age of 55 by reference to 1st January. Maknanya awal tahun tu dah masuk tahun ni, okay, then you boleh withdraw, okay, at the age of 55. However, if you made a withdrawal prior to the age of 55 years old, the withdrawal amount would be subject to withholding tax, 8%. Okay, yang ni, kenapa kerajaan adakan yang ni? Kan sebab untuk kita nak discourage orang keluar guna saving ni lah, awal. Okay. To prevent the tendency to withdraw saving before they are due. However, there are exemption for those who withdraw the PRS money prior to the age of 55 if you have this reason. Okay, first, due to permanent total disablement. Okay, maknanya you memang dah jadi kurang upaya. Okay, lumpuh ke apa je. Okay, accident dan sebagainya lah. So you bolehlah withdraw without being imposed with withholding tax. Okay, dapat 100% amount lah. Okay. If you are having serious diseases, okay, dapat exemption juga. Or you have a mental disability, ataupun kematian, maknanya waris dapat withdraw PRS tu will not be subject to withholding tax. You are living Malaysia permanently, okay, dah lama tinggal kat Malaysia dan berhasrat nak balik semula ke kampung you ke, contoh kat negara luar, nak balik selama-lamanya, so you may withdraw the PRS. And the number 6 and number 7, this is the new one. During PKP last time atau pandemic, okay, if your withdrawal is due to healthcare, okay, untuk faktor kesihatan, healthcare tu dapat rawatan dan sebagainya, pun dikecualikan. And then yang ketujuh, early withdrawal to purchase the house pun dapat exemption. Okay, so for the PRS provider, okay, for those who withdraw earlier, early prior to age 55, so the PRS provider need to withhold 8%. So the amount must be tax deducted, must be remitted to the, sama juga, you must submit to the IRB within 1 month after payment made to the investor. Okay, and then this one is the new one. Starting year of assessment 2022, commission, okay, commission to agent, dealer or distributor. Okay, this one is not for non-resident. This is for resident. Okay, effective 1st January 2022, the company who pay commissions to its agent, dealer or distributor has to deduct 12% withholding tax on every payment and remit to the IRB. Okay, ni yang jadi agent ni company kena aware lah. Okay, yang mana business yang ada agent, dealer, distributor, you kena withhold 2%. Okay, so the threshold, dia ada threshold, maknanya if you reach lah, okay, if the dealer commission tu, the threshold is 100,000 in cash or in kind. Maknanya commission yang you bayar pada agent semua tu dah mencapai 100,000. So at least dan you kena withhold 2%. Itu termasuk commission ni, termasuk tunai dan juga harta benda. Contoh kan, sedang company dia bagi commission to the dealer, dia punya agent semua tu. Contoh dia bagi travel package. Pun ambil kira. Kadang bagi produk, kadang tu ada bagi kereta, semualah. Tengoklah pada what kind of commission that they have. So the threshold is 100,000, so company kena withhold. Okay, 2% of the payment made to the agent, dealer and distributors. And it is not, of course, it is not final tax sebab agent, dealer semua ni dia akan bayar income tax later on. Okay, so dia akan set off lah. So late payment penalty 10% also applies for any incompliance, and due to incompliance juga dia akan jadi incorrect return submission, penalty of 45% of tax under charge. Okay, this one is for resident. Ada juga for resident. Okay. Mana dah saya punya ni? Okay, satu untuk withholding tax, and the last part is on double taxation agreement. Okay, so what is DTA? So basically, this agreement between countries. Okay, the objective of this agreement is to reduce either wholly or partly the burden of double taxation on the same income derived by a taxpayer. Okay, sebab dia kena cukai di dua negara. So kita nak by having DTA ni kita boleh kurangkan, bukan boleh hapuskan. Okay, kalau boleh lah. Okay, depends. We try to, with DTA, they aim to reduce wholly or partially. So at the same time, they also, by having DTA, they want to facilitate world trade. Okay, world trade business activity, promote technology transfer among countries, and also prevent tax avoidance and evasion. Okay. So when the double taxation occurs, when the income derived by a person from a source is brought to charge in more than one tax jurisdiction, ataupun in other words, in more than one country. The country from where the source of income arises normally has the right to tax on that income. Macam kes tadi lah, kita kata kita bayar pada non-resident. So non-resident tu dekat negara dia. Kita pun dah withhold tax tu. Withhold tu Malaysia. Sedangkan dia balik negara dia dalam dia punya tax system dia pula. Foreign income yang dia receive dari Malaysia tu kemungkinan kena cukai. Tengok pada sistem cukai masing-masing lah. Okay. So akan ada kat Malaysia dah potong. Lepas tu dah report dekat negara pula kena lagi cukai. Itu yang jadi double deduction and double taxation. So to relieve the taxpayer in such situation, DTA entered into by countries. Okay, ini example daripada buku advanced tax ya. Okay, let's say we have this situation. Chuan Bank Berhad, resident Malaysia, operate banking business with annual profit of 100,000. The company is planning to establish a branch, and then dia ada dekat in one of the three countries. Okay, annual profit 80,000 is projected. Dia punya anggaran ataupun budget forecasted income profit will be 80%. So ada information regarding three location ni lah. Kalau Nirvana, those three ni sama je rate of tax dia 20%. Double tax agreement semua ada DTA dengan Malaysia. A method of eliminate the double taxation tu dia berbeza. Okay, Nirvana dia used to give full exemption for profit. Paradise, full credit for tax. Heaven, full deduction. Okay, for double taxation. So, kita akan tengok satu-satu lah. Okay. For the Nirvana, let's say dia kata Malaysian income dia 100,000. Yang didapat dekat Nirvana tadi dia forecast 80,000. So, total income by the company, sebab dia nak buat branch kan. Okay, so total income by the company 180,000. Okay, if Nirvana give fully exemption for the foreign income, jadinya chargeable income dia hanya 100,000 sahaja. Lepas tu kira cukai macam biasa, 24%. And then income tax 24%, okay, dapat 24,000. So Malaysian tax payable. Add foreign tax on branch profit. Ini dekat Nirvana tadi, dia kena cukai 16,000. Okay, jadi kat sini tak ada isu double taxation lah. Dekat Malaysia bayar tax dekat Malaysia sahaja, dan dekat Nirvana bayar tax di negara dia at 20%. So total tax liability for this company campur dua jadi 40,000. Okay. Next, located in, tak nampak tulisan tu, located in Paradise. Okay. Foreign gross income, okay, chargeable income 180,000. So kira cukai semua atas jumlah tu. And then dia ambil the lower of, again using bilateral credit, the lower of foreign tax or Malaysian tax on foreign income. Okay, foreign tax dekat Paradise tadi 20% of 80,000, 16,000. Kalau dekat Malaysia 4% over 80,000, dapat 9,200. Kita ambil yang rendah. Okay, so income tax dekat Malaysia tadi tolak yang foreign ni 16,000. So Malaysian tax payable become 27,200. Okay, add foreign tax suffered. So total tax liability untuk company dekat Paradise ni lebih tinggi lah pada Nirvana 43,200. Okay, ini untuk method negara kedua. Okay, negara ketiga Haven. Yang ni dia terus deduct foreign tax. Okay, total income include foreign income dengan local income. Deduct for foreign tax 20% of that country, 16,000. So dapat chargeable income, baru kira cukai Malaysia. Ini kaedah untuk negara yang ketiga. So basically, tapi ini antara yang tertinggi lah, cukai yang tertinggi. So dalam case ni, so the company should locate the branch in Nirvana, okay, in order to minimize overall tax liability. Okay, so itu boleh nampak lah kesan if we have DTA, tapi treatment tu berbeza lah atas negara masing-masing. Okay, tadi saya sebut pasal permanent establishment kan. Okay, apa dia? The central issue, okay, when we talk about cross-border transaction, the central issue is regarding which country has the right to collect tax on gain or profit. Kan? So DTA between Malaysia and treaty countries, the PE concept is employed to resolve the issue. So dia dalam DTA agreement among Malaysia and other countries, kita kena faham konsep PE. Kita guna konsep PE. So when a PE exists in Malaysia, so the profit earned would be taxed in Malaysia. So the country of the foreign firm would grant relief on double taxation and vice versa. Okay, dia tengok ada tak public, ada tak office kat Malaysia, ada tak kilang kat Malaysia dan sebagainya lah. Okay. In Malaysia treaties, the term PE means a fixed place of business. Ini maksud PE, macam-macam bentuk lah. Sama ada a place of management, okay, an office, a factory, a mine, okay, oil or gas well, quarry, ini pun boleh consider PE. A branch, a workshop, a farm or a plantation, okay, a building site. Ni semua ni building site for construction exists for more than 6 months. So kita boleh consider that jadi PE. So if you have this kind of criteria, then you consider ada PE dan dia punya cukai tadilah, kerajaan Malaysia lah. Tengok, so kita boleh avoid double taxation. Tapi that's why penting juga company bila you ada international partners, you ada international supplier dan sebagainya, kena consider juga DTA. Sebab kadang tu the element of tax tu become a vital point juga to be considered. And that's why penting lah dia orang nak invest ke tidak kat Malaysia dan sebagainya lah. Ataupun company willing tak nak bayar tinggi lah kan. Macam tu lah. Okay. Tu sikit je pasal DTA. Okay. Basically DTA double tax agreement, kita nak reduce kan, okay, the incident of double tax agreement, double taxation. So relief of credit may be given. So if there is a DTA in that country, the relief we call it bilateral credit. Tapi if there is no DTA, a relief known as unilateral credit. Dia bila you baca dekat public rulings tu, kena aware lah, bilateral credit tu referring to those country that has DTA with Malaysia. Kita guna term unilateral credit means that the country is not having DTA with Malaysia. Okay, so that's it for apa nama ni, DTA. Okay, ini kita go through sikit on the public ruling.
Madam.
Ya.
Tengok DTA tadi tu, maksudnya kalau dia sudah kena tax kat luar negara, masuk Malaysia dia punya duit, dia kena tax sekali lagi juga.
Okay, Bon, dia tengok tadi, kalau apa nama tu, kalau tengok company you tu di mana. Kalau you ada PE di Malaysia, so of course lah you will be taxed in Malaysia. But at the same time, if your country is not having DTA with Malaysia, so mungkin the same income you report tu, you earn income in Malaysia tu will also be taxed in your country. So you kena bayar 2 kali lah cukai untuk income yang sama. Dan sebaliknya pun begitu juga lah Bon. Maknanya you dekat country lain datang Malaysia. Dia sama je cerita dia. Okay, you datang Malaysia.
Maksudnya sebab kalau tengok tadi kan, jadi dia punya tax yang dia sudah bayar, dia tolak daripada chargeable income, bukan daripada
corporate tax dia.
Tax payable kan. Jadi maksudnya masih majority lagi masih kena tax juga lagi lah.
Dia kalau you punya chargeable income atau your tax payable, yang ni untuk contract payment lah, yang ada PE dekat Malaysia Yang lain tak ada isu. Okay, yang ada set off tu yang contract payment. Maknanya contoh business you tu you ada cukai 100,000. Tapi you kena cukai 100,000. Withholding tax yang you dah submit due to the payment made tu 50,000 contoh kan. Jadi you ada lagi kena bayar 50,000 cukai tu. Okay, tapi kalau withholding tax dah lebih 100,000, cukai you 50,000, itu maknanya apa nama tu, sebab withholding tax tu bukan cukai kita yang bayar. Withholding tax tu adalah company non-resident tu yang bayar. Cukai dia, bukan cukai kita. Okay. Cuma bila dah banyak withholding tax yang you submit, dia will reduce your tax liability tadi lah. Tapi ada juga situasi tadi lebih kan, lebih kita yang kena bayar banyak. That's why penting lah Bon, DTA tu among countries. Okay, yang ni dalam public rulings. Biasalah public ruling ni dia lebih mudah, dia bagi definition apa semua tu. Okay, nak tengok sikit on the bilateral credit. Okay, ni double taxation agreement kita tengok dah tadi. Okay, so if the income remains taxable in both countries, bilateral credit under DTA tu. Okay, relief is given by way of credit known as bilateral credit. So ini general rules dia, eligibility to claim foreign income, bilateral credit allows only once. Okay. So cara mana dapat relief tu? Okay, let's say we tengok dekat example ni mana ada satu example ni. Okay, Megas yang berhad. Okay, provide engineering consultancy services. Okay, provide engineering consulting services. The company maintains a PERA ordinary share capital 3 million. The company provided engineering consultancy to MGR Private Limited in India. Okay, Mega doesn't have permanent establishment in India, so the entire consultancy services were carried out in Malaysia. So the payment for the services, 75,000 was paid by the India company, and this amount was subject to withholding tax. Okay, yang ni kita bagi servis dekat company di India. Okay. Okay, dan di India pun dia punya tax rate, withholding tax dia pun 10% juga. Okay. So the same income 75,000 was also taxed in Malaysia as it was derived from Malaysia. As the same income was taxed twice, once in Malaysia and again in India, Mega's Chamber Hub qualifies for a double taxation relief. Okay. Dekat India dah potong 10% withholding tax. Jadi kita report kat Malaysia, income tu nanti akan kena cukai pula. Okay. On the profit dia. On the 24%. Okay. So at the same income was taxed twice, Mega qualified for double taxation relief under DTA between Malaysia and India. Okay, prior to the amendment, bilateral credit allow only if the foreign income is derived from outside Malaysia, the income of Mega is considered derived from Malaysia. And it allow if the foreign income is derived from Malaysia. So with the amendment, which takes effect from year of assessment 2007, Mega qualified for double taxation relief. And the section 132, because Malaysia income which is subject to foreign tax is considered as foreign income. So computation for bilateral credit, foreign income tadi 75,000. Kita tengok figure terus lah. Okay, foreign income 75,000. Kalau ikut kita kena report macam ni lah. Satu income dekat Malaysia, satu income dekat yang bisnes dengan India. So kita total gross income kita 575. Betul lah expenses semua. Ini kita punya statutory income. Expenses all those things semua. Kita dapat total income 520. Okay. Income tax charge in Malaysia 124,000. Withholding tax in India 7,500. So total tax kita which is higher lah. Okay, double. Ada certain portion of the income tu kena pula sekali lagi cukai kat Malaysia. Okay, so in order to determine the bilateral credit, okay, computation of the proportion of income tax, kita guna macam ni ya. Foreign income 75,000, total income, okay, foreign gross income and Malaysian gross income. Okay, kita punya gross income yang mula-mula tadi lah, okay, 500,000 dengan 75,000. Okay, multiply with statutory income in respect of the same source. Okay, statutory income of the business. Okay, the same source of the business company lain lah. So kita dapat 64,000. Okay, what does it mean? So in this case, Mega receive foreign income and Malaysian income from business source. Both incomes are from the same source. Okay, ini untuk determine bilateral credit. So macam mana nak dapat bilateral credit, Malaysian tax payable before bilateral credit? Okay, ini yang tadilah. Okay, yang kita kira tadi ni 64,565 divide by apa nama ni, total income, and then ini adalah jumlah cukai. So kita dapat yang ni, or 7,500 ni withholding tax yang kita kena bayar dekat India, whichever is lower. So the bilateral credit allowed for the year of assessment 2019 is therefore 7,500 as the same business income has also been taxed in India. So jadi kita dapatlah bilateral credit 7,500. Jadi seolah-olah cukai dekat India tu tak kena lah. Tapi ni kalau ada DTA lah, memang ada pun Malaysia dengan India. So this is how we claim for bilateral credit. Okay. So the rest you boleh tengoklah nanti ya dalam apa nama public ruling ni. dia ada banyak example yang mudah kita baca tu mudah faham lah. Okay. Okay, so I think that's it for this topic. I have already uploaded the tutorial question. So actually this topic not much on computation lah. Okay, sikit je. So basically the fundamental concept, understanding of the fundamental concept tu lebih penting lah. Soalan-soalan akan tanya uji orang kata assess on your understanding. So mungkin bagi situation, macam contoh apa nama tu, example yang kita go through tu kan, macam mana case macam gini. So based on your understanding, you answer the question. Topik ni dia banyak teori lah, dengan kata lain menulis saja essay. Kena pandai mengarang lah, okay, to expel your understanding. And don't forget the relevant section. Okay. Okay, ada soalan sebelum habis? Okay, kalau tak ada apa-apa dah. Okay. So this is our last class before the break. So insyaAllah kita jumpa lepas break. And that for Muslim, selamat Hari Raya. Dan semoga kita semua sihat dalam lindungan Allah lah untuk meraya dan juga balik semula ke kampus nanti. Okay. InsyaAllah jumpa lagi panjang umur. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Madam.
Um,
Yeah.
Madam.